Welcome to Paris Pulse inside the CBC Olympics digital studio. I'm Dale Manucdoc. She's Meg Roberts. We are live on YouTube, as we will be for the entire duration of Paris 2024 at 1:30 p.m. Eastern.
We've got lots coming up on the show. A little bit of what we're going to talk about. First off, it was a big medal moment for Summer McIntosh. Our swimming analyst, Brittany McLean, breaks it all down for us. Canadian tennis players are off to a fiery start, as well as the Canadian men's basketball team, which has given people something to talk about. We're also going to chat some celeb sightings. There's Snoop. And, of course, we are going to get a little bit of Meg's must-watch, what we've got to watch with Canadians coming up. Dale, you've been here all morning. You've been watching all the action. Tell me about it.
It was an easy transition from day one to day two. There was a lot of Canadians in the pool this morning. Not as successful as day one, but Blake Tierney, he did advance to the semifinal of the 100-meter backstroke. And Mary Sophie Harvey, she advanced to the semifinal of the 200-meter freestyle. She actually outswam Ariarne Titmus. We know how good she is. She won gold on day one in the 400-meter freestyle. She outswam 17-year-old Canadian sensation Summer McIntosh, who did win silver. It's her first Olympic medal and Canada's first Olympic medal of these games.
You know, absolutely stellar performance here from Summer McIntosh, obviously. It's like watching, the future in a way, because she's only 17 years old.
100%.
I think at 17, I was just able to drive in a car without my parents.
She had so much expectations placed on her, and she met the moment. She did what she was supposed to do. She wasn't expected to beat Ariarne Titmus. Titmus had the world record. She got gold. Summer got second. It was an incredible moment. We did speak with swimming analyst Brittany McLean about that. Have a listen.
Yeah, I think the initial reaction was some relief from McIntosh. You could see her head tilt back where she just took a deep breath, a breath that she may not have taken for quite some time. There was a ton of pressure on that moment. But also, you have to soak in. You hear the sounds of the crowd. You are realizing you're in an Olympic final. She said she was a little bit disappointed with the time, and we understand her expectations are even higher than what we all feel about her. We talk so much about McIntosh, and I feel like she's such a household name by now. But the fact that that was her first Olympic medal, I think we had to take a moment, and I hope she took the moment as well. I'm really proud that she went and did the ceremony for the medal. She stood there. She stood proud. She watched her flag rise. And that's motivation going forward, that she's going to want to do that again.
First Olympic medal, but you wouldn't have even really noticed. Like, she was so stoic, so poised up there. You know who wasn't?
She had her game face on.
She had her game face on.
This is just the start. And tomorrow on day 3, she's going to get a chance to win another medal. She swims her signature event, the 400-meter individual medley, where she holds the world record currently. So she is expected to win gold in that event.
I'm really looking forward to this, also because I want to see the reaction of her parents again, because that reaction was almost better than her own. She's 100%. In game mode. Obviously the pool has been electric. We have been seeing that. So many cheering fans. I kind of want to talk about one moment with Leon Marchand. He's with the men's the French team in France. He competed in the men's 400-meter, and what I loved about this is every time he came up out of the water to take a breath, the entire stadium cheered, and the second he went back down under the water, silence. The commentators were saying how organized this cheering was. I've never seen that in swimming before, but I think it really speaks to kind of the moment that swimming's currently having.
They should get their own synchronized audience participation award, perhaps.
Wouldn't that be something? Now, I know that Canadian tennis players.
I'm a big tennis fan. Tennis finally had its moment. Canadian tennis did. We had a lot of stars hit the red dirt of Roland Garros after some rain delay on day 1 rather. So Leylah Ann Fernandez, she finally hit the court. She just went through to the second round. She won in 3 sets over Caroline Mukova of the Czech Republic. Also Bianca Andreescu, she punched her ticket to the second round. Felix Auger-Aliassime, he cruised as well.
Wouldn't that be nice, obviously, to see a medal or a really solid performance from, the tennis team there?
Yeah, and Milos Raonic, he's playing. He should be starting his match any second now. But we have some really accomplished tennis players for sure.
Also accomplished, men's basketball team. What a game on day 1.
First time back on the Olympic stage in 24 years. They win 86-79 over Greece, and it was an incredible performance by them, especially Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He showed the world he's one of the best players on planet Earth. He led this team. There's Dylan Brooks right there. He chipped in. There's Shea, the man, SGA. He really is him. He closed this game for Team Canada, and it was quite a performance.
You know, I think for me, that RJ Barrett slam dunk moment is something that will stick with me as this team is now, coming back into the Olympics after so long. But I think that was a moment that Canadians could really rally around. And there's so much excitement around this team, obviously.
There's excitement, there's expectation. And I think people do expect them to hit the podium. And if they do, they're probably going to have to go through the United States.
Yep.
And the United States just opened up their Olympics. They destroyed Serbia. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, they could barely miss. So they have some huge expectations. I did speak to Javon Shepard earlier. He was a former member of Team Canada. He has high praise for this American squad.
To me, this is a better team than the Dream Team, right? And I know that
hurts my
heart.
heart.
That hurts your heart. It's going to hurt a lot of people's heart. But you look at this team and number of Hall of Famers there, LeBron, Steph, two guys that really changed the game completely. But I look at, the Dream Team in the Olympics face 9 other NBA players. This team right here will face 61 other NBA players at this Olympics. So the game has grown, the game has evolved. The way USA plays with Joel Embiid and LeBron, there's not as much spacing for them to operate. So I'm not too certain that they're guaranteed a gold medal. They're guaranteed a silver medal, right? And it's shorter games, 10-minute quarters. Things happen fast. They could stumble upon a team that has a great shooting night, has a great force, maybe a Greece and Giannis or a Jokic, that could potentially upset them.
Well, you heard there earlier that it broke my heart. The 92 Dream Team is my favorite basketball team of all time. So, he makes a point there that, they could get stopped in any one game by a Giannis, by a Jokic, but they absolutely destroyed Nikola Jokic today and Team Serbia.
Well, I think obviously for the Canadians, getting that first win was so important. And I think even to rally Canadians and people that are supporting them. And it's just, you can tell that they want it. There's pushing at the end of the game yesterday. Like, you can tell that they are a gritty team that really want to see themselves, with a medal.
You know who also wants it and made their return, just like Team Canada did in basketball? Simone Biles, back at the Olympics after she had to pull out of some events in Tokyo. Here she is, back on the mats, back on all of the different structures, absolutely tearing it up.
Unbelievable performance, this morning, nailing some of the hardest moves ever, despite, like you said, she's got some leg discomfort. This is what I'm most excited for. She has apparently submitted a move that is new and we've never seen it before. And part of me is like, how can you do more?
Are you ready for it? And I say, are you ready for it? Because she did her floor routine to Taylor Swift's Ready For It. And again, such like loud bass music coming in. A lot of people obviously know that song and we're geared up to see her perform today.
My favorite is when the beat dropped there and she hits that jump and it's just like, oh, that is the moment. That's the chills moment, the goosebumps moment.
You know who probably had the chills is Snoop Dogg and all the other celebrities that were in attendance there. There's Shaun White. He was watching Snoop Dogg.
There he is.
Eyes popping out of his head.
He's amazed.
Anna Wintour, obviously.
Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. Big celebrities that are watching this U.S. women's gymnastics team.
Well, they have an opportunity to watch perhaps one of the greatest ever gymnasts perform. And I think people are drawn to an opportunity to see somebody who might be the greatest ever at this one thing do their thing.
And it's not even celebrities, too. It's other athletes, Olympians. Like, we see them taking pictures with her in the Olympic Village. They are so geeked up. I saw one of the athletes crying after meeting Simone Biles.
She's transcended, right? She's transcended gymnastics.
She absolutely does. My big question is, who do you think Simone Biles fangirls over?
You know what? That's a good question. And who do you fangirl over?
Well, I was going to say...
If you had to watch an athlete today performing at their peak level, who would it be?
Oh, an athlete. I was going to say Beyonce. And maybe even for Simone Biles, like maybe Beyonce. I'm a big Beyonce fan. I would absolutely love to see that. Maybe Simone Biles. I think that some of Beyonce's music's been in hers.
Me personally, I've seen LeBron James play in person. I saw him actually destroy the Toronto Raptors in the playoffs. It was one of those games where it was a turnaround, fadeaway jumpers on the baseline. It was a crazy game. I'd love to see Novak Djokovic play tennis before he hangs it up.
I'm a big hockey girl. I'd love to see like Haley Wickenheiser back on the ice. I know,
cool.
that's point of retirement, but some of her moments, obviously in the Winter Olympics, were, I'll remember always as a kid. But yeah, I'm just curious who is. And the other thing too, Snoop Dogg. I want to touch about this because we see Snoop Dogg so much on Twitter and on social media. Snoop Dogg is there on an assignment. He's there on a job. He's hired by NBC, and apparently he has a program that's called Where's Snoop. So.
He's like Pokeroo.
He is. We saw him at gymnastics earlier today. Okay, we've got a little bit before we wrap here. Meg's must watch. I'm putting this in my Meg's must watch because I know there's going to be a lot of eyes on it. Women's soccer team, they play today, 3 p.m. Eastern time. There's 200,000 people attending that game. One, it's going to be a really tough game against host nation France. Obviously, the crowd there is going to be nuts. They're also down 6 points because FIFA has ruled that due to the drone incident. No coaching. There'll be no Bev Priestman. And we're hearing today that the Canadian government is withholding some of Soccer Canada funding relating to some of the suspended officials. We just got a statement from Bev Priestman on this. This is what she said. I am absolutely heartbroken for the players, and I would like to apologize from the bottom of my heart for the impact the situation has had on all of them. She goes on to say, I fought with every ounce of my being to make this program better, much of which will never be known or understood. She said, I wish I could say more, but I will refrain at this time, given the appeals process and the ongoing investigation.
It should be a crazy environment. At this match against France. I know that there's an opportunity exists here for the women's national team, Team Canada, to show their resilience, show their strength as players.
Yeah, you wouldn't really think that the Olympic champs are the comeback team, but it kind of feels that way, after what they've been settled with.
There's quite a hole to dig out of right now. For sure.
Okay, Meg's real must watch. Later today, Maggie McNeil will be going for a medal in the women's 100-meter butterfly. That's at 2:40. She's the reigning Olympic champion, but will have to have one of the best races of her life to repeat that. There is some very tough competition there. If she does win another gold medal, she will make the history books. No one has done that in this 100-meter butterfly. Also, Ellie Black is competing as we speak in women's gymnastics. This is her 4th Olympics, and she's looking for her first Olympic medal. She has not done that, which would make her the first Canadian woman to ever do that. So we have to continue to watch gymnastics. We also have to talk about Krista Deguchi. She's in the women's judo final. That's 57-kilometer weight class. She's a 2-time world champion, but she failed to qualify for Tokyo. Another Canadian went to Tokyo instead, so she has a hunger within her. She obviously, wants to medal, if not a gold medal. That starts tomorrow, day 3 at 10 a.m. Okay, and I have one more because it's currently evolving. It's evolving. Eleanor Harvey has already won the best Canadian finish in fencing ever. So she just finished competing in the semifinals. She did lose that, but she is going to play for bronze. That is at 2:50. So this is a big moment. And if you don't understand fencing, don't worry. None of us really do. But it's going to be so exciting. I love these moments, and it's a great moment for the sport. I'm so excited to cheer on Eleanor. This is a must watch. So like I said, 2:50 p.m.
I know I'll have my eyes on the pool again. I want to see Maggie McNeil go for that historic moment, but it is, as you mentioned, going to be a tough assignment. She's very much in the same situation as Summer McIntosh was because she's taking on Gretchen Walsh, who set the world record in the 100-meter butterfly just last month. So she is in form.
Lots and lots to watch for here. We all know that. We want to thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you back here tomorrow.
1:30.